So you're probably hearing a couple, well, you're probably thinking a couple of things right now. One, what is that irritating noise in the background but sounds like a fan hitting something? That is my computer, and unfortunately I cannot do anything about it for quite some time. At least until I move into our new place. Second thing is, oh, look, Ratchet Clank. Yes, this is what I will be doing first. So I already have some save files here. I'm not gonna delete them in case I ever want to go back to them, and I don't want to progress through the recording saves. Alright, something you have to know about this channel: I will be pretty much just skipping cutscenes whenever. This is kind of gonna be a playthrough where if you want to see the story or the cutscenes, you're gonna have to find somewhere else to play. This is going to be okay. I definitely need to turn down the resolution on this. Alright, hold on. Well, I guess this could just be a test thing. It looks nice, but unfortunately, if I'm not doing this on an, if I'm not actually recording this off of PS3 with the HD collection, there's definitely going to be some finickiness. And these camera controls are ours. I always forget to check the options. Yes. Oh, they were normal. That is not normal. That is also reversed. Anyway, but yeah, I'm just gonna focus. Oh, yes, that would also help. But yeah, if you wanna find a story for this game, look for another channel. The aim for this channel is to hopefully show off more so gameplay, then kind of slowing down and having my recording sluggish, or just destroy the atmosphere of the recording or the video. Oh, yeah, that's right. Can't do that yet. Anyway, so this game, there's gonna be a point where I may just have to take long breaks from this playthrough, because, this game, I'm not gonna say it's bad, it is just very much not what the games after it have become, which means there are no upgrading of weapons other than, like, the ultimate upgrades by spending gold bolts and stuff in the post game, but, it just means that I have all the base stuff. I can only ever use the base stuff, and which I am not good at. And I am very much a reckless person playing these games. Like, I will hit things, and I will just, like, take hits and get annoyed because I'm just trying to output as much damage as I can. That's not the game's fault, that's absolutely mine. But yes, there will be points. There are like, there are not just one, there are not just two, there are many. I mean, there are multiple points in this game, this first Ratchet Clank game, actually just in all the Ratchet Clank games, I think, where I will absolutely just have to, like, come back to this other day. That doesn't mean the playthrough is over, it just means I need to come back and probably take multiple attempts at it over some time. Specifically, first, one of the big ones is Planet Auxon, Toxic Planet. That one just gives me a lot of struggles. Also another one is Planet Altana. It's not the orbit one where you're on Drake's, like, flagship, whatever. But when you're down in the city, that one just takes quite some time. The ice sliding, like, platforming is very frustrating right now. So there's a point where I'm going to, like, I'm going to have to take a break. But I will obviously come back to it and complete it. Anyway. But for the time being right now, just this game in the intro is very much quite fun. But yeah, compared to other games, our bolt count, like the amount that they give you in bolts for this first game is very not a large amount. Things obviously cost less, but I feel like even with that, there is a point that it is still only the first game and they are trying to figure out their rhythm. And as I said, not the game's fault. Obviously, you're gonna have your first games in a series, of like a classic series. But like Kingdom Hearts 1, for example, as much as I love that game, yes, platforming is a little bit difficult, or a little weird and sluggish. Okay, apparently I just can't skip this, which I think this is even true in the HD ports, but you just can't skip this for some reason. Anyway, but yeah, just haven't got the hang, haven't found what these games are going to, haven't got their system going. Anyway, um, yes. Anyway, we're already on the second planet. That's right. I usually like to go exploring first to doing the main quest. So this whole side area is quite fun for me. Okay. But yes, bolts are definitely going to be something that I may just need to have to off-screen grind for. Also, speaking of grinding, something you're definitely going to see from me in this channel, I'm definitely not going to be cutting out really a lot of my grinding. There will be points in games that I have future plans for, that I just will absolutely have done so much of the same kind of grinding. For example, if it's in a game, for example, like Birth by Sleep, Fun Mix, another Kingdom Hearts game I absolutely love. When I'm doing post-game grinding, or doing things in the post-game that are just tedious and long for all three characters, and I finally have nothing to talk about for that game, that'll be a point where I just absolutely start cutting out some stuff. And it will be, if I start cutting out stuff, it's because I feel like the commentary is not going to work with it, or I'm just barely talking at all during it. Anyway. But I just, as a point, just as a note, it will take definitely some time for that to happen. And I believe that, I don't think it's important to show grinding, but the methods that I would like to show off for future games that I have planned, you can already tell I've got quite a lot of things planned out in my head for this channel. Things just like grinding wise, I'm not there to like bore your life. I'm there to hopefully make these games a lot more fun and enjoyable, and just share some methods that people probably aren't aware of. Anyway. But yeah, cause I want to express in this, by doing these playthroughs on this channel, how much I love the games I'm going to play, and hopefully share why I love them and why you might grow to love them too. Anyway. First off, we have a gold bolt here. Second off, do not expect me to collect all of these. There's like one or two Ratchet Clank games that I absolutely can get all of the gold bolts in. Or like these, whatever, gold, platinum, titanium. Skill points is another thing. Like, I am at like, I'm in the 90% range still on the PS3 HD re-release of Ratchet Clank 3 Up Your Arsenal of like trophy completion, but I cannot. Well, I haven't done it in a while, and now I don't have a PS3 to actually complete that with. But those skill points are a different thing from me getting all the titanium bolts in that. Anyway, so if you're looking for a 100% complete playthrough, definitely not gonna happen with this one. And I will absolutely say that you will one day, or quite at some point, see some 100% like playthroughs of this game. And I'm not talking just like the the PlayStation trophies. I'm talking like in-game completion. Like pretty much getting to a point where it will say, like if it hasn't on there, I can on figure one game in particular. I don't want to go into that because I need preparation for and experience for such a long, dedicated project like that. But when there's a point where it just says like 100%, when you can look at your game completion rate, I will be I will be showing off a point where and showing you how to also get that neat 100% on such a big game like. Well, yeah, I'm not gonna talk about it. Anyway, um, not for this one. Um, but yeah, just expect that there will be module games that will do this way, and not just like multiple games of the same series. I'm talking like Zelda, like Zelda. I'll just say Zelda: The Minish Cap. I've played that game so many times. I very much so love it, and it's at a point where I can easily not have to look things up on a guide online, and just I can easily 100% complete that game without any help and also easily on my own. I can show you how to do it. The Kinzone fusion stuff in that, I can easily do that. It will. I'm not gonna lie. It will definitely take some time of tracking down the last like few Kinzone fusions. But I can definitely get that completed, and I will be showing it off at some time. Alright, something else you're gonna expect on this channel. Randomizers. Definitely Zelda randomizers. I would, speaking of Minish Cap, a randomizer for Minish Cap I've had on my computer for months. Since like 2 years ago. Or, I'm sorry, the year before last year. Anyway, but I've actually never touched a Minish Cap randomizer before. I would. Oh, okay. I don't know if that's in the 2016 reboot. If there's enemy supposed to show up there or what. Okay. I guess this isn't gonna like skip it, but yeah. Anyway, so as I said, I've 100% Minish Cap many times. However, it is only been within the last few days that I have decided to actually finally try out a randomizer approach. It's very different, and I'm not going to probably delve too much into it because that's something that I might actually just keep my struggles of trying to figure stuff out when I get something, what I can do with it. Because it'll be very much a very interesting experience having to do everything in that game out of order for the experience of a randomizer. But yeah, a Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time randomizer I'd love to do as well, especially with something that is pretty cool lately. It is, well, somebody told me, I don't know if it's called this, but somebody called it an Ocarina of Time enhancement mode. Something called Ship of Harkidian. Anyway, I will definitely be doing randomizers for that once I have a better grasp of the Windows version. Because I've actually just been playing that on my Switch. Because I have custom firmware on my Switch and I got that running. I was just actually playing that today. Or just a bit before this. Anyway, yeah, I don't know why some of these cutscenes are unskippable. That's odd. Anyway. But yeah, I want to say something. I do plan to do more Ratchet Clank games. I am still in the midst of seeing if I am going to be able to record long chunks, or just in like long sessions of recording with a PS3 emulator for the PS3 Ratchet and Clank games. You probably heard me mention it. I don't have access to a PS3 anymore, and I do have an older capture card that does still work with a PS3, but I unfortunately do not have a PS3 available anymore because I have been given that maybe you've heard of that infamous light that turns on, or that infamous yellow light of death. Just basically means the console is much as like a couple of seconds of a little light that shines up, and or just a brick actually. No need to go into that. Just basically as much used as a brick. And you probably notice, you probably know this game and you're thinking like, why haven't I bought the Pyroster? There's a point where like I'm not really gonna be wanting to buy the Pyroster for a while. It'll be at a point where I am saving up for in a future planet, which I think is just the next one, where I can get the blaster. So I'm just pretty much saving bolts because God knows I'm going to need them in the future. Ooh, that explosion sounded nice in headphones. So yeah, I haven't recorded anything or like done anything for this channel in like, I don't know, like I definitely more than a decade. Like I am in my late 20s currently, and I always say I was definitely younger than 17 when I did this. Oh, I feel like I was. Anyway, but I also have a pretty cool, good pair of headphones, so I just never listen. I always listen to music with it. I love listening to music, but I've never really like put it on during playing a game. So these explosions and this all sounds fantastic. Okay, good. Even if I could go into the water there, it's not sort of just like tractor beams come into you. I think, yeah, sort of figuring out that what I'm going to say for that. It's very fortunate that I did figure, whatever. Anyway, yeah, cool. Also, just whenever I see bolts, or just whenever there's bolts around, I'm going to be picking up. Oh, that frame rate. Now, I don't know, I already can't remember if I did, like, I don't know, I'm like, as I said, I'm in my late 20s, but I feel like I have the mindset of like an 80-something-year-old man. Anyway, but as I was saying, I can't remember if I did a sync job, but I don't think I would even need to, because I'm recording this through OBS, and also, what I'm trying to say is I'm recording the microphone audio and also the game capture at the same time. So, I don't think there should be a need for a sync job. Anyway, now I just realized I should be checking to make sure this is running right. So I'm just gonna quickly check, but this hasn't stopped on me. Yes, it has. It's still going. However, just to make sure that I don't lose all of this full video, I'm just going to stop this and start another video. Alright.